Hello everyone, welcome to the Organic Agriculture webinar series. Today we are in discussion with Mr. Suresh Dimel, the Chairman and the Chief Executive of the Sri Lanka Export Development Board.
Sri Lanka has been producing organic products for a long time, maybe 30-40 years. And before that, of course, everything was organic. Whether it was Ceylon tea, when the British were here, it was organic. And what has happened now is that there is a world trend towards organic produce, and also, more importantly, unadulterated single origin products with traceability has become very important. So Sri Lanka, having been a famous spice island from the 1700s, when the Dutch and the Portuguese came here for spices, Sri Lanka is famous for spices, and we have a lot more opportunity to promote Ceylon spices as Sri Lanka spices and build a brand Sri Lanka for the spices especially. And many products that grow in Sri Lanka have a natural nutrition content and taste and all that is world famous. The market knows this. And being a spice producer myself, I am quite well aware of the reputation that Sri Lankan agricultural products have in overseas markets, especially in European and the premium markets. So this is where I think Export Development Board plays a big role in building awareness among producers on the quality requirements and the trends in the export marketplace. And during the COVID, during the past 2 years, spices especially have grown 100% in demand, and then organic also is growing as rapidly. So we have about 15,000 small producers of organic agriculture, mostly small producers, certified organic, and we have about 450 organic certified exporters, and the numbers are growing. This is a world trend. So the Export Development Board has a role to play in helping our exporters reach the premium markets through our organic agriculture. The name organic is a certification, and this is a certification given to ecological agriculture. And in order to facilitate this certification, the National Organic Control Unit, NOCU, was formed in 2014 under the EDB, and we primarily explain to people the difference between ecological farming and organic farming, because organic is a certification and it changes. There are different certificates for different countries. Certain countries, now we work with Control Union, which is an international certification body, and they have certification for the US called USDA certification. Then we have EcoCert and other certifications for other parts of the world and other countries sometimes. So depends on the market where they require different certification, and that is where NOKU comes in with that knowledge, so that our exporters, when they go to a certain market, know which kind of certification they need to have. And now with that certification, there is a whole lot of criteria that you have to fulfill. And that's a knowledge that from the producer to the exporter to the processor, all of that value chain needs to be aware of the criteria. And that's something we facilitate together with the certification organizations and help our producer to the exporter to understand the requirements in the international market. Now, this is very important because this also gives the traceability and transparency that is required by premium markets. So certification is a very important part of reaching value addition and reaching the premium markets. Yes, we have many companies that are in the premium and the highest quality markets in Europe, for instance. Now, we have a lot more opportunity in the US and even in the premium markets in China and India and places like that as well. The competitiveness comes from the quality of the product and the reputation that the country has. And this is something that we need to exploit, and people need to understand that we have to market the high quality, the single origin, which for instance our cinnamon GI, global indication for Ceylon cinnamon, which is the true cinnamon in the world, and we dominate the marketplace. 80% of the world market is currently of true cinnamon is currently from Sri Lanka. So that's the type of advantage we have over other producers, and we must market that. And we are not marketing that enough. And in order to market that, we have to go to premium markets as well, because we have the commodity markets, but they may not appreciate single origin products. So the trend now globally is for high antioxidant foods, nutritious foods, clean food, and also these superfoods and exotic foods that are gaining a lot of popularity around the world. And Sri Lanka has many of them. Some of the new products in herbs, you have moringa. Then fruits, we have soursop, passion fruit. Lot of very good opportunities in the TJC mango that are the best mangoes in premium markets. So that's the type of thing we need to market. And of course our spices, when you take the cinnamon, you take black pepper, we have the highest quality. All the spices have great quality. Cardamom, nutmeg, mace, all that is very high quality, and even turmeric and ginger. And we can add value and create that competitive advantage we need to get out there into the highest level market. And what we need to do is to make sure that the dividends gets distributed among the producers. And that's something where the producer and the exporter need to share that dividends. And then I believe that we will have more producers reaching out to the premium markets. First of all, I think it is the commitment to grow organic and ecological agriculture. It was gazetted that we were going to go for organic agriculture, and that policy stands, and that's the start. So now we need to do awareness building, technology transfer, and post-harvest handling, processing, transport, storage. All that has a lot of opportunity for improvement in Sri Lanka. And I believe that we can add a lot of value to our commodities by introducing new technologies, and of course, very important, the branding and the packaging for the different export markets. My first advice would be to understand the market that they are producing for, and then realize the quality that is required, the volume that is required, and also the price that is required. Those are very important when a new entrant or new entrepreneur comes into exports. My recommendation would be to join a value chain. Be a producer for an exporter. Learn what quality requirements are there for different markets. Learn what volumes are required, what prices are required, what packaging, what kind of branding is required. Then find another market, find a new market, and go into that market on your own. Don't go to your partner's market, but go to a new market, because that's the way we can expand exports and expand premium markets for Sri Lankan products.